matters to me is that we as a people need to develop ourselves, to move ourselves forward, and when strategy strike, for us to all come together to see what the issue is, what was the issue, how do we solve these issues, and how do we prevent something like this from happening. This is what we are all about. And I want to say today, the reason why we're here is because of Daniel, what he has done and the loss and the grieving. And you heard the announcements already. You heard the people who complete. You heard the people who lost and who lost such a great person and invested who contributed significantly to this community. For clarity, Daniel and I, when we spoke, we met briefly. We were just building this awesome relationship. Just this summer, actually, we traveled together. And we had discussions about the goal and the plan for this community. This man, we discussed about how you would love to see this community thrive. You could have picked anywhere else. He picked the nature island of the Caribbean, Dominica, and specifically Soufriere. That's to tell you how much he cares. And if you listen to this guy's story, for those who never spoke with him, how long his eye was in Dominica, and how we love this ecosystem and love Dominica because of what it is. So this was my interaction with this gentleman. And when I found out who that person is, we started building a relationship. I realized, wow, we got a great individual in this community who has significantly contributed towards the development of this community. And for something like this to happen, why we were not able to prevent this? What can we do in the future to prevent such things from happening? This is my concern. We lost a great investor. How do we recoup from that? How do we come together and put all the differences aside and speak of the real issue? And that is how we can prevent this from happening again. And the big question, why these people of such importance, not just to Dominica, but for the world, specifically in Soufriere, why they were not given better security? Why? And this meeting tonight, we want to hear from you. We, the people, this is not general meeting, this is we the people. We the people. That's why we don't really have a head table. You know, I want to recognize a lot of you are here, prominent people in Dominica. Thank you for coming tonight to this meeting, to give the opportunity of to hear the side of the people of Soufriere who was in such pain after such a loss. And I'm very thankful that we have Mr. Alexander tonight, who went around giving the bracelets as an activity to do, to meditate, to think. And she's going to be coming here tonight as well to say a few words. How do we deal with such a loss? How do we move from there? And that's the goal. We cannot take what happened for granted, because this man is truly invested in this community. I can tell you, remember, any activity he had on his place, even ice, you would go to make sure this gas station is concerned. That's where they get the ice from. Everything in this community he supported. You could have go anywhere and have lunch. The man could fly you anywhere to go for lunch and come back the same day. But he chose to have dinner here in Soufriere with the people of Soufriere. That's significant. Some of us, we don't take the time to realize how important it is to tell these people we love them while they're alive. It is so important when we have people like Daniel, Dominic come to our community and what they have done, what they help us achieve in this community, to say thank you. I'm sure a lot of us, including myself, wish I had tell him thank you much more than I did. And to clear the air, yes, I spoke with Daniel a few times, he said, we need to talk. We need to talk some more about this. Because their project from his organization or funded program he has going on to help to bring more development to the area. And I'm willing to, and still, hopefully the foundation will continue, and I'm willing to make our microbiologist team from the United States to come here to work with people here to help them develop our corals, to know the different corals we have, the aqua situation we have going in our oceans. I'm willing to make that donation available. And I'm just speaking about this. It's action. And that's why I'm saying tonight proudly, every person in Ghana for Christmas will get some hygiene powder. This is the commitment we have to this community. And to those of you who don't know, what Daniel meant for this community is bigger than a lot of us may ever think of. You know the amount of projects he made a contribution towards in this community. A lot of projects were successful in this community because of this foundation. And he didn't get credit for it. He did it because he loved the people to support. And that's significant. So my friends, if you are home and you choose not to come to this meeting for whichever reason, I want to ask you a question. Do you serve God or you serve man? And you know, the question I have is simple. When are we going to rise up as independent people in this country? When are we going to get rid of the slave whip on our back to be dependent in this country? This meeting is to bring people together. I invited everyone, including our to be here to discuss meet with the people. Our people are hurting, and they have a right to vent, and that's why we have a counselor tonight to listen to their concern. That's the leadership we want to bring to this community. We want to set the example. We want to show people, despite what happened, we are strong together. We can work together, and we will get over this. I don't want to keep you long tonight. I know some of you come from many, many miles away across Dominica to be here. And those of you who are outside, don't be afraid to come in. And I'm glad you're listening to thank you for your cooperation. So with this program, we're going to have a few people who volunteer to say, yes, I will speak, come to this meeting to give encouragement word. And I want to make this clear, these people, because they said, Jeff, we want to support you in this event. We have people who flew into Dominica specifically for this. I also want to recognize some of you in the audience as well, who have public figure in this country. I appreciate your presence. I appreciate you coming. So as we wait in the choir when they get here, they're going to be singing a few hymns. I would like to call on Mr. Boston to say a few words of encouragement to our community. Mr. Boston.
Thank you, Jeff. Let me say good evening to all of you here. I recognize Thompson Fontaine and Lennox Linton and all those who came in solidarity and support of you, the people of Soufriere, Galileo, Point Michel, Scott's Head. Now, Jeff is my friend, my buddy, and Jeff is one who have the people of this area into his heart, you know. And Jeff, I've been with Jeff when he made the presentation at the Soufriere School, at the Point Mission School, and of course at the church in Scotland. So Jeff is not a person just hanging around, but he has a deep-rooted interest in the community. And when Daniel and Dominic, when the news came that they were killed, in fact, when the news came that 2 persons were missing, and then They were found in a vehicle, wherever. Everybody just wondered, who are those two persons? Until then, it was identified as Daniel and Dominic. I did not know Daniel too well, but he had been here for a long time as an investor, invested in the area. And if you listen to some persons who spoke on the radio and on other places about Daniel and Dominic, it tells you he was a very good gentleman and a good lady in the community. And the fact that in November of this year, 4th November to be exact, he received an award. To have gotten an award, a national award, on Independence Day tells you that person is one who have created an impact on the society. The sad thing about that, a couple weeks into a month after his award, he was killed. He was killed. That matter is in the hands of the police, and we hope that this matter is properly dealt with, because Dominica is in the news, you know. We were on BBC, we were on CNN. When I saw Dominica on BBC and on CNN, I said, wow, and heirs is wide open on us, and they're waiting to see how well we dispense justice. So my head tonight is in solidarity with you, the people, and of course with Jeff, who, as soon as this thing happened, he called me and said, why, Boss Boy, I'm in shock. It hit me like a bomb, because he met the guy, the gentleman, they spoke, and they were thinking together as to how they can collaborate in the interest of the people of this area. And I will tell you something in Dominica. Never be afraid to attend meetings. Whether it is a meeting of the Freedom Party, the UWP, the Labour Party, any meeting, church meeting, never be afraid to attend meetings and serve. Okay? So nobody should tell you you should not attend meetings, because when other people have meetings, nobody tells people not to go to the meeting. Okay? And people have a right to discuss their situation, to vent, because you must bring closure to the issue. That's important, closure. And of course, you know something? If God is a good God, you know, God is a good God all the time. Because if they did not form these people, it would go around that two persons who invested here and did well for the people are missing. And of course, speculation will be on people's mind, is it the people of the area who did that? And then the community will be blamed, and investors will be afraid, because here is a vehicle, put fire to it, and try to throw them into a precipice. But God said, no, the wrong must be exposed. So the fact that we're here tonight is, we know that a number of you are hurting, and I saw the candlelight vigil that you had, very good, very sweet, and so forth. So you came out as a positive community to the rest of the world, that when wrong is created, you will stand up and say it is wrong. Okay? You can disagree at your home with your husband or your wife or your children. So you can also disagree with those who are in authority representing you, governing you. No matter where it is, you have that right. It's a God-given right. And we should never allow that right to leave us, brothers and sisters. Because once that leaves us, kai pul kwaze. And that's the way they say, kwaho will smoke our pipe, and so forth. So we can freely discuss, we can freely vent, and we can show the world as the people of Soufriere, Point Michel, Galion, and Scott's Head, that something that you cherish in your community left you in such a gruesome manner, and you're not pleased about it. And the most important only many Munlalavanu, bring the person there for us, that they would take justice in their hand. But we are a peaceful people. A law-abiding people. We have our courts, and therefore the courts have the work to do. And it must do work, but it must do it proud and proper in the interest of the nation, brothers and sisters. So I'm hearing some narrative, Jeff, and with you, and I want to say to you, grieving is a good thing. When loved ones you passed, of yours passed, you cry, you grieve, and you ask God to strengthen you and bring you together, give you the fortitude to move forward. And that's what we would want for you, the people of this community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Boston. You know what? We want to hear you. This is about you. These people come here in solidarity. This is open microphone. This is what this meeting is about. Is anyone you have a question? Anyone you want to talk about what Daniel meant to them, the lost? Anyone? Let's just try to keep it brief. Okay, yes. Okay, we'll take you next. And let's be brief.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm just trying to be brief, and I like to shoot and get the point straight. You know, I want to commend you, Jeff, for bringing this meeting at Soufriere, because at the end of the day, when you vote a parliamentary representative to represent you and you vote a government, see the disaster happening in Soufriere. Up to now, the government yet to come to Soufriere, Scott Gallo, meet with the people, and get the way forward. Up to now, none of them haven't done that. So I want to applaud you. I want to applaud you for coming to Soufriere tonight to speak to the people. I didn't know the man personally, but I have been involved in many meetings with the man and to discuss certain things. And I always say to myself, based on my experience and working in the community, that is the only investor I see in Soufriere that will direct investment from the people. Because at the end of the day, investors, nothing wrong in that. But at the end of the day, the government should be, at the end of the day, the man makes, there was several complaints made to the authorities and no attention to what it is all about. You know? And then, you know, it just breaks my heart tonight there that I have not seen the main workers of the man in the meeting tonight. I'm very disappointed. First of all, when I heard of this meeting, there was rumors going all over Soufriere, and Scott said it's a political thing. I want to dismiss it. It is not a political thing to me. And there are times I find all people, we have to strengthen ourselves and move forward. Up to now, the parliamentary representatives haven't come to sit and meet with the people. What love do you have for the people? What love do you have, people of Soufriere? You all must think of things, man. It is time when you open your mind. See the amount of investment that man did in Soufriere. The man built a jet in Scott said he rehabilitated the Soufriere school. What has the other white investment do in Soufriere? Is their pocket they're looking for. All of us looking for our pocket in the investment. And I'm not saying the man was 100% genuine. All of us are more shortcoming, but they could see where the man was heading to, and they didn't like it. We have to be straight up and shoot the thing straight, you know, and stop playing around things. And I'm very disappointed in the people of Soufriere. I love my people, they love me, but we have to put the thing straight. And it is time they stand on their 2 feet and fight for themselves and their children. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, President Canada. Someone called me, I never met that person, and they said, I want to pay for Emo News to bring this live and try to get the media because we in Canada are very disturbed with what's going on and we want to hear from the people of Soufriere. So I don't know who that person is. And they said to me, I want this to be in so that we can stay in Canada and watch this. we want to hear from the people of Soufriere. And they said it's so great that you guys are able to do this and find a counselor to help. Of course, a lot of the counselors. So I'm very grateful for our counselor here tonight. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. And this individual insisted, Mr. Bernard, this has to go live. We in Canada are upset about this. I know who that person is. And they sponsor MOUs. She can tell you. We look for miracles from God sometimes for this roof to just go and land somewhere else. But these are the miracles that happen in life when people work together as a team. And that's significant, my people. So, a few more comments and then we can bring our counselor to talk to us. Yes, Mr. Charles. And please try to make it brief because we have a 9 p.m. to be over to here.
I will address the head table. Good evening, Alvin. Good evening, Atherton. Good evening, Boston, Johnson. And your name is? Nice? N-I-C-E? Okay, listen. Our friends, our villagers, my community, and the world by extension, I want to hail Daniel Longloa and Dominic Marsham as the people who I had the best time with in this 69 years of mine, in the sense that when Marshall and Lloyd Barnard Colibri Estate decided to sell, when they came as guests to the Petit Colibri guest cottages, and they loved the place and decided to buy, I was running the Forest Bistro and the CVS Dairy Farm, of which I received a Services Medal of Honor on the 3rd of November 2014 at 11:45 a.m. under the hands of Charles Angelo Soufriere, then President of Dominica. Daniel and Dominic, I was to prepare the dinner for them that evening when they were signing their agreement at the office of Dame Eugenia Charles on the Old Street, yes, and Cork Street, intersecting, and I had to prepare. I had the Forest Bistro by the name of Restaurant Atherton and Faye Martin. That's where they drank their first papaya soup. They could not imagine papaya soup. But then Daniel and Dominic had to come, and I was to prepare for them with my But then I went to HHV Church, and there I bought Canadian salmon, and I made them a full fish course and gave them a banquet for dinner. And told the guy that I wanted the most expensive one. His name is Frederick Senetier, who runs Pirates. He said, Andre, you want the most expensive? I said, yes, I have special guests. And so I prepared for them. They came, I met them, and when they came the second time, they wanted to buy my bistro, which I did not sell to them. And the last time I saw them was when they were commissioning the jetty in Scotland, and we always had a good relationship. I am aching with them and for them, like when I lost my mother on the 8th of June 2021, and my son 26 years. So then, I am passionate because I stand before you like, you can see Balandrin over there, who is an Indian, and Daniel was also Indian, but my Indian comes from Guyana, Cayenne. I am also, and I visited, I worked, and Daniel was from Canada, and Dominic, we had a good relationship. I miss them. I have and suffer the loss, like Soufriere, Point Michel, Soufriere, Scotshead, Bagatelle, Galion, Wacotle, Montrouge.
Thank you, Mr. Charles. Thank you, Mr. We think about to eat and drink. Mr. Charles, that was good history. I appreciate that. Good evening, everyone. And for those who are from Soufriere, I'm Miriam Riss, a past principal, and I'm retired now. I am kind of disheartened. First, I want to find out, let me see how many people from Colibri region that is present tonight. Put your hands
somewhere maybe yesterday and Sunday. And then they are not going. Because what's happening there, they are angry at what's happening. So they should be there to learn what is happening to our people. Be it young, old, children, everybody have for themselves, are blessing them. However, I conclude many are called, but few are chosen. So those who are there, we will stand on behalf of the people of Soufriere, cousin Ghana. But I know for sure that if this man was around, lots will happen. I do not know Mr. Daniel per se, but I remember at Soufriere School, our first real computer was from him. The first real computer was from him. Bell Marche, now you couldn't go there as you wanted. Because they have all their cameras on, so you could not go up there. So sometimes have to get there, we have to pass somewhere under the whatever. Now you don't tell me where to pass and I'll go there. I'll talk to Amy. She was the person that was Amy. And this man helped us so much in that school. Now I left Soufriere School more than how many years ago so. But at the time I was there, it really, really helped the school. Now, when I heard the news, it's not my brother, it's not my sister. Something just came in my stomach. Normally, when I get any problem, my first effect is my stomach, which is not good. And then I did the breakfast, and I couldn't eat the breakfast. You'd swear it's a brother or a sister. So, how can a thing like that happen? And the people who are directly infected are not there. They should be on the forefront. I am not sure what's happening, but Dominica has seems to have a cloud of fear. You should not be afraid of man. Afraid of God. And speak justice. Speak truth. We have to be, not be afraid to stand up for what is right. Let me tell you something. I never knew this man was in all his Soufriere. It's only, could you imagine? I'm on Soufriere. You see sometimes people who pay me they do things, they don't project themselves. You know, when some people do things, you have to go on camera to show to take a picture, you have to send a paper, and so on. This man did so many things which I never realized he did. When I heard him about this school, I know RMC and so on and so on. Lama down there, the Chelsea, and he had planned other things with us on Soufriere. This is a person to even for the whole month in January, February, March, which is when we are ready, we should be there and supporting that adventure. So tell the people for me, it's on the camera. Don't play hypocrisy. You should have paid yourself there. Thank you, good night.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else? Yes, come forward. And again, there's a lot of people internationally watching this. They're very happy that they're able to view this and hear from the people.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm Cecil Tavernier, aka Doggy Dog, and I've never made a statement on whatever happened because I was so angry. Maybe I would say things I'm not supposed to say. So I calmed down. So tonight is my opportunity to say about things happening. I want to make it abundantly clear, and I give no apologies for saying that. This government we have there, when you do good, they give you a big slap on your back. When you do bad, they give you a tap on your back. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Because what had happened there, it could be avoided. Because the amount of complaints those people brought, and even villagers, because when I was even driving up that road, people tell me, boy, that man up there is a bad man, and you should not drive up there. But I still drove up there. But when I got up there he was coming towards the scene or towards the road. So when he came and he saw his dog that is there, he said, hey, Tavernier, you have been a drive with your family? This is all he said to me. But what I am saying, I always vex about giving people their flowers after they die. But I did not see coming, and I know those people, and I find they very good people. And investment in this community, uplifting in this community is very good. The amount of people that is employed there But security for not really, nothing is happening tonight. So all I want to say is that whatever happened, it could be avoided because the amount of complaints, even local villagers was being harassed by those people and whatever. And what I want to say is my point of view. I think this estate up there should be given to the family of the people as a form of compensation for what is being happening to them. Thank you.
Thank you. One more before we go to dinner. Yes, come ahead.
Good evening to all. I doubt to myself whether I need an introduction. This woman is supposed to be known by everybody inside there. Okay? But just to confirm it, Cleve Tavernier from Soufriere, Scott Z, Galileo, and this is my area. Let me start first of all by saying, may the soul of thy servants, Daniel and Dominic, rest in peace. Amen. Let me quote from John chapter 11, verse 37. And it says, could the one who opened the eyes of the blind did something that could prevent Lazarus from dying? That's what it says. And this is the little passage that looks like tonight really, or that suits this occasion. Because all how I turn and twist and get the story, something could have been done to avoid the tragic of these people. Two people who are loved in this community. Two people who have worked in this community, developing this community. I hear the voice of the workers every day when they're passing up. And I was expecting to see in their film with them tonight. I was expecting to see them in here tonight, expressing their sadness, their feelings. He has not done anything directly for me, but what he has done for the community is for me. My last son, every minute, probably he hears that name. That's Angus, we call him Zeus. He does taxiing and so on. This man keeps on crying because Daniel was like a brother to him. Daniel was like, I want to say we have lost a member of our family. Yes. Oliver LeBlanc, whom I served with in Parliament from 70 to 75, says, Dominice ni memoir. And then his dealings, his political times have left an indelible mark on me, because this was a leader who really served his people, a leader who did not look for himself but looked for his people. And having served with this man for 5 years in Parliament, I can tell you he left an indelible mark on me. And he says that Dominice ni memoir. So as time goes by, starting with that incident which happens there, I can agree that Nuni memoir is right. As it is said before already, that our PM should have been there already. Our PAL rep should have been there already. I heard her voice as if she was crying on air. But some people said but I don't say it was crocodile remorse. Her conscience was beating her to know that the position she had, she could have done something to prevent these people's death. That's why I'm always thinking she would have been there. But I want to blame our people and say they really have never rule. Because when they need them, they come to them. They use their brown paper bags. And as I said, our pool, leur pluie, même si they put this in the mentality of our people. And when I speak, I can speak, let's say, with authority. Because from both I want to say, I've been serving my people. And up to today, at age 82, I'm still serving my people. And free service up to on Tuesday, the 9th of October 2018, when the Parliament gave the PM a copy of, let's say, my biography, I want to say, when he read it, told the Parliament, this man has given his whole life to this country. That was his remark. That was his remark. I say it's not has given, he's still giving. And when on November 3rd, when in his national address, he let the world know again that this man has given his whole life.
And you receive what medal?
Territorial Service Award.
MSA? Okay, I received my SMH on the 3rd of November 2014.
And then as Justice of the Peace, for over 40 to 50 years, I've been serving this community up to this time. I want to say free service.
With a microphone.
And this PM says in his national address on the 3rd of November 2018, after he says, yes, this man really deserves the award because he has served this country well. He has given his life to the country. But he didn't stop there. He didn't stop there. He says, but I know he doesn't support me. That's what he let the world know. And I hope his eyes will open one day for him to support me. That's what he says, the world heard it. I think we were on cue with Matt afterwards. Dr. Sam and myself. Matt is there from their testimony. Matt said time up. More people called me, and so on, etc. And then he has proved it really after the death of my wife, at least as a widower and living home alone, to give me at least time in my house. Every time they don't have yet, but people continue getting. But that didn't deter me from giving my community my service. I know my reward is awaiting me somewhere. Absolutely. Jeff can be a testimony to what he knows according to his age. But I started, I really started from my mom at the tender age of 6 months. I started teaching our community of Scots at catechism, prayers, how to pray, and all this. And the list continues like a school. I won't go through it tonight. And then in
to take some more call, some people in the public, some of you in the audience, and those of you outside. I'm here, you can come, you don't have to text me, okay? Don't be afraid, come and talk to me. Don't send me messages outside and tell me to say this. You will be done here, come and say it. I'm right here, come on. We can talk. Don't send me text messages. You are right here. Let's call on Tina Legs in the ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the blue water. And thank you for the service that you're doing.
Some of you, I didn't see you since after the storm when I got off the boat and I swam in to see everybody. Remember? Yes. I'm Tina Alexander. Everybody calls me Sister Tina. I'm not a nun. That's my husband at the back with the cap on. So he's from Dailies, so he's a brave man. And thank you very much, Harry, for missing the cricket and bringing me here. I appreciate it. After the sad murder of Daniel and Dominic, I was asked to go to Kulubi Ridge and spend time with the staff, and I was there all day on Sunday, Monday and Tuesday with them. And I asked them to introduce me to Daniel and Dominic because I didn't know them. I knew that lots of people had benefited from them. I knew that lots of animals had benefited from Daniel's work in the Humane Society, but I didn't know them. So I asked the people to draw a picture and tell me what they were like. And I'd like to share some of the words that they gave me. They said that Daniel was energetic, loving, funny, easygoing, sharing, caring, brave, understanding, witty, friendly, caring and loving, observant, goofy, generous, energetic, passionate, caring, at peace, like a mother, a humanitarian. They said she liked to give. She was always saying, "Are you okay?" She was friendly, and she was beautiful, inside and out, always supportive and ready to listen. She was like my mum. She was loving, 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 loving. Those are the words that they gave me for Daniel. Does it ring a bell?
He had an infectious smile on his face.
That's great. And now we're talking about Daniel. Now we're going to talk about Daniel. Okay, that was Dominic, and this is now Daniel. Okay, so that was her, and this is now him. He was a visionary. He created happiness on the job. He was the best. Always positive, honest, loving, and a great mentor. He was busy, on the go. He explained everything. He was intelligent. He was weird in a brilliant way. He was like a father. He was meticulous. He was smart and a joker. Perfect, like perfection. A father to me, more than a friend, observant, a silent presence. He was pop. He was always excellent. What a nice guy. He was a caring guy, a smooth guy. He was kind. He was laughing. He believed that I could do it. He was joyful. He was smart. He was busy, energetic, quiet, smart, reserved, listened. He was brilliant and enthusiastic. So that was him.
Beautiful.
And now I feel I know them. And I see that they carried in the heart of the people who knew them. And if you're carrying someone in your heart and they're suddenly gone, it hurts. It hurts. And you don't just get over it. You don't get over it. in some ways you don't want to get over it because you're carrying them in your hearts. And so we don't even really want to get used to them being gone.
No.
We don't even really want to stop being angry because somebody took them from us. And so I don't want to tell you get over it. I don't want to tell you forget the pain. I just want to say to you, please support each other as you feel the pain. And please don't do what they would have hated you to do and take revenge. We need justice. Not revenge when people just cause more sin on top of more sin on top of more sin. So I just want to tell you that I'm here for you as usual. Business as usual. Sister Tina's on the phone. You can WhatsApp me, it's free.
What's your number?
2358367. Everybody has it. Let me tell you, that lady there has my number. Okay? Alright. And when just don't call in the middle of the night and upset my husband. But seriously, if you need to talk, then I'm happy for us to arrange some counselling. Okay? If people need to talk. But most of all, you can talk to each other and be kind to each other.
Gina, I need to talk because
Thank you, Tina. Thank you so much. Thank you. Someone outside texted and said, this meeting is good. And I just realized, yes, I should have been inside. It's not what we need to be. So thank you. For that. Again, another radio station taking life. I don't have math skills or the other people on the radio skills, okay? So you can come in and talk, okay? I'm not here to, I can't afford to read every message I get tonight. But that was a very good one. All right. Daniel really loved Dominic and the ecosystem. And we have with us a gentleman who always highly speak about the ecosystem in Dominica. Someone who actually met Daniel was over here. So Mr. Mate is here, and we're going to get an assistant to talk briefly about the ecosystem and his experience with them, and a little bit about the importance of what we can do. And later on, we have two other speakers. We have Attorney Knight, who's going to be referring to knowing your rights and how we can work together. And we have also Alvin, who flew all the way from the US to be here with us tonight. So, Mr. After that, let's put our hands together for him.
Thank you very much. No, it's okay. Thank you very much, Chef. And good night to everyone. And in particular, good night to the people of Soufriere, Marcel, and the area. When Jeff called to ask me to come, I immediately, said yes. And then I started thinking about that yes. And I started thinking about what you've been through recently and what qualifies me to come here and talk to you at this really momentous time. Tina has obvious skills in the area of counseling. And then only last night it came to me why I should come. Tina just said it. Grief and grieving is not something to take lightly.
Amen.
It can last a lifetime. It can mash you up. Or it can turn you into an extraordinary person. 60 years ago, I was 17 years old. I lost a brother. He was burnt alive in the carnival fire. And I was standing no more than 5 or 6 yards away from him, so I watched him burn alive. I have never, ever forgotten it. I am 77. On Saturday, I become 78.
Hallelujah.
But that's not important. What's important is for over 60 years, I've been grieving. Grief hurts, let me tell you. It hurts if you don't take care of it, if you don't manage it, if you don't find a way to channel your energy and your life. What I have discovered, the best way for me to deal with the grief in my life is to become a giver, a maximum giver. If you speak to my wife, and she and I have been married for 54 years. If you speak to her, she says she is the only person on God's earth that Afi says no to. Everybody else gets a yes. That's what I became. I became a giver. Because every time I give with that a part of my grief. And I turn it into something positive by giving in a way that I hope will help somebody else. I didn't realize that. So the power of giving your time, your knowledge, your talent, all of that will help you deal with the loss.
Yes. John 3:16.
Yes.
And at the same time, it will make you feel much better about yourself. Because some of the things that happen when you're grieving is that you know, I hear people say, oh, something could have been done. But you know what they're really saying? I could have done something. Every single one of you are probably thinking, is there something I could have done to prevent this from happening?
Yes.
And that's where we must start the healing.
Yes.
Check yourself. Look in the mirror and say, where was I? What was I thinking? What was I doing? Was there not something I could have done? This is not to beat yourself, but it is simply to open up your inner being, which is where God is in all of us. And by opening up, guess what you do? You get into contact with the God in you. That's what has happened to me as well. What helps me deal with my grief is I put another G word in its place. I put God in the place of my grief. And so I can handle pain. I can handle threats, danger, because I'm walking every day. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm walking with God. And I want to say to you, part of the reason why so much evil is loose and happening all over Dominica. Little children are disappearing. Violence, young man against young man. Mothers are being killed by their lovers, etc., etc. There's an evilness that is threatening to choke us, to suffocate us. And that doesn't come from nowhere. It comes primarily because evil loves a godless place. I believe in my little life so far, Dominica is much more godless than when I was 16 years old. But guess what? It didn't just happen. Because there are people and beings around us, maybe even in this room, who prefer a godless life. And their job is to perpetuate that. Our job is to recreate that space in us, in our families, in our neighborhoods, in our communities, where God would be comfortable again. We can do that. I think people like Daniel and Dominique would be super happy if we did that. Because in their own way, that's what they were helping to happen here. Because we, and by we I mean we here in Soufriere had become a not so nice people. A divided people.
Amen.
A people who spoke ill of each other.
Yes. Amen.
Who tore each other apart. Who did what we knew was wrong and bad to each other.
Amen.
And yet we went to church every week.
Amen.
So that kind of hypocrisy is ripe and ready for evil.
Yes, sir.
So that is why we have to remove that pale of evil that has settled over us. It's been taken out of most of our life, out of the schools, out of the churches, out of the government, out of the professionals, and out of ordinary people's lives. We made a life in Dominica today where it almost comes naturally for us to begin something without thanking God.
Yes.
Somebody always has to remind us, hey, we have to pray. I did not, and I do not believe that Daniel's stay in Dominica was an accident. I believe that was a divine arrangement. And here's why. For a very personal reason. Excuse me? Here's why. Dominique came looking for me at our property. And she revealed to me that the moment Daniel selected Dominica as the place where he was going to spend the rest of his life, he started looking around for people of like mind in Dominica, of Dominica. And she declared to me Afi, I'm sorry to tell you, but I have your whole life story on my computer. We've been tracking you. We've been tracking you, she said. And that was Daniel's way of being thorough and complete about things that he did. He was thorough and complete. And before he made contact, he checked you out. And he checked me out. And he said, as soon as we finish, we want you to come up there and spend some time because Daniel needs to spend time with you. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. But there's a reason, I'm sure, why it didn't happen. I believe part of the reason is that Daniel wants we here in Soufriere, Daniel Scott said, and we in Dominica to realize that, yeah, you can be amazed by what I can do, but you need to become amazed about what you can do. There are many Daniels in this room, in Dominica. Honestly, it's not money that made Daniel. Daniel made money. So don't hide behind the fact that somebody loves you. Long before he had his money, he was Daniel. With all the words that Tina told you, people describe him. So you are all, if you wish, you can be Daniel and Dominic. And no more powerful legacy to those people can be built than that. For there to be little Daniels and little Dominics. And that's what he wanted to talk to me about. And that's what I tell you. I tell you that that's what he wants. Don't lose yourself in your grief. Turn your grief into a platform for building. Building a Soufriere Gallery Scott said, that will be the amazing sample as Daniel was building in Kuripu to the rest of the world, not just to Dominica, to the rest of the world. Yeah. Because that's Dominica's mission, you know. Dominica's mission is to be a sample for the rest of the world, that it is possible for everybody to eat well, to sleep well, to live well, to be happy in a place made by God. But we have to begin by acknowledging, as we do every Sunday or Saturday, I believe in God the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth. That's what we say. But that's not what we believe. Yes. And that's not what we live. So I end by saying to us, grief can kill. Grief mixed with greed definitely kills. So you have a lot of cleansing to do, because we have a situation where for the last so many years, greed has become king and queen. When in fact, we have only one king. So let's be clear, my people. This is about us. This is about you. This is about motherhood, fatherhood, childhood, neighborhood, nationhood, all the hoods you can think of. This is about us. And this is about we building or rebuilding the kind of relationship with each other that in a short time, he was here for just over 20 years. In that short time, people built a brotherly, listen to Mr. Tavernier, a brotherly relationship with him. Where is that brotherly relationship with your neighbor? So that's the lesson of that man's short time with us. Don't miss it. If you miss it, you will perish. That's not what the Almighty has in store for you. He wants you to live, He wants you to love, He wants you to give, He wants you to share, to care, and most of all, He wants you to acknowledge that it all is of Him and from Him and goes back to Him.
Amen. Amen, brother.
Thank you, Afi. For those of you who are next to speak, some of you, as I saying, please speak in the microphone so they can hear you. Some of the viewers are asking you to please speak in the microphone so they can hear you. Somebody also sent a message and said that thank you to the media here, and they said thank for all of those who spoke already, and they are hoping that they can hear more from other people. And yes, the person that's somebody I know actually. The person asked, are there people outside who want to talk? Jeff, maybe you should bring a cordless mic next time. You can go outside. So, a lot of people are sending other messages. And again, I want to thank this gentleman who called to ensure that the people of Canada were able to view this. So let's just thank you very much. We want to thank you. I don't know who you are, but thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to have an attorney speaking about understanding your rights, and she's very good in talking to people. I think she is. Great young lady, also have roots to Soufriere as well, believe it or not. So she's excited to be here. And again, Tina too, probably with a message is coming and saying, actually you have to do something else. 4 people asked if you could repeat at least 2 things of what the employees said when you met with them about Daniel and Dominic. So we want to call you in a little bit later to say 2 things. You want to pick 2 things that's talking about. Some people asking you to repeat that. Guys, what other people are watching this? There's probably more people watching this than one here. So those of you who are listening, I know it's getting late. Some of you have different time zone. We'll try to do this quick we can. So let's welcome Attorney Noelis DJ Knight.
Good evening everyone. Noelis Knight DJ. So I am maiden Knight and married DJ. That's where the roots come from, Soufriere. Folks, I was not invited to a political meeting tonight. I heard a gentleman speak about a political meeting and there were rumors of that and he wanted to dissuade people of that. I was invited here to speak tonight to the people of Soufriere, speak with the people of Soufriere about this horrible incident that happened in your community. I was invited here to speak with you about your rights, your responsibilities, not just your rights, your responsibilities as citizens of the country, as villagers, as citizens of Dominica. So it's not just your rights. People think all the time, well, I have rights, I have rights, I have rights, I can do this. You have a responsibility. We all have responsibilities as well. And I think it is Mr. Martin who said it. Part of our responsibilities as citizens is to ask ourselves, what can I do? Or what have I done? What could I have done to prevent this situation from happening? What could I do to prevent it from happening to someone else? What can I do to prevent it from happening to me? To me as a person. We have a right, we have a responsibility to speak up. I said it a few nights ago that it seems that there's a fear that is overtaking our country, a fear of speaking up. But folks, it is not a choice that we have. It is not something that we say, oh, I want to speak up today. I don't want. It is your civic responsibility to speak up. If you see something, it doesn't look right, you speak up. Something is happening to you, it is not right, you speak up. Something is happening to your neighbor, it is not right, you speak up. And you speak up not only, I'm not saying don't call the radio by all means, but it is not just by calling the radio, you have to speak to the person that you need to speak to. If you need to go to the police, go to the police. You need to go to your lawyer, and it's not because I'm a lawyer. You need to go to your lawyer, go to your lawyer. Speak up. Do something about it. Okay, we cannot just sit quiet, folks. We cannot just sit quiet and allow things to just happen. And that's it. We know where that will go to. It will lead the country into a state of decay, of chaos. We cannot allow that to happen. We must speak. Somebody special calling you.
God is calling. God is calling.
We need to speak up because there are three types of people. Those who make things happen, those who let things happen, and those who don't know what happened.
And we need to be those set of people that make things happen. So folks, what I want to say to you tonight, yes, you have rights, you have your constitutional rights, you have a right to a fair hearing, you have a right to justice and so on and so forth, but it is not just the rights. I want us to focus tonight on our responsibilities. I call it our civic responsibilities. It means our responsibilities as a citizen of the country. Basically, that is what it is. It is your responsibility to say, look, this is happening to me. This is affecting my rights. Somebody is trespassing on my land. I need to do something about it. Somebody is blocking the way there. It is not right. I need to do something about it. You don't just turn away and go and say, oh, somebody will take care of it, or the authorities might take care of it. No. What are you doing? What are we doing? And that responsibility, it starts in your home, it starts in your yard, it extends to your village, to your community, it extends to your country. What are we doing as citizens of the country to make Dominica a safer place, a better place, a happier place to live? What are we doing? Did Daniel just sit and allow somebody to block his road? No, he didn't. He didn't sit and allow it to happen. He did something. He took action. He took action. God knows if he didn't take action, that what happened to him today might have happened long ago. Yeah. We don't know. He took action. Okay, so it is what Mr. Martin said. What can we do to be like Daniel, to be like Dominic, and take action? Do something. Don't sleep on your rights. Don't sleep on your responsibilities. We need to do something. What can the village of Soufriere even come together to do? To say what is happening in our community. Can we create a community watch? Can we create a neighborhood watch? What can we do? Can we come together? Where are the people of Soufriere? Scott said, and Galio, where are you? Are you here tonight?
Yes, I am.
Very good. That's it. That's it. Of course. You have to be here and you sit together as community. You have to come together, be strong as community, and say to yourselves, let us do something. We cannot allow it to just sit. Okay, it is your night tonight. It is not my night. I will allow you to say what you please. Thank you very much.
Okay. Even to the microphone, doesn't want me to speak.
Yes. Well done. Some people said that they really get to know what is night DJ is. Guys, this is about how do we move from here. And tonight, before we leave, let's remember those words from everyone here, especially what Tina shared with us from these people. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We want to hear some more from you. We can take one or two more from you. Then we'll go to Mr. Thomas. I know the time is going quickly.
And then...
The connection at the back.
Okay, so...
Sometimes we can use our voice, right? So we'll do that. And I'm not sure the choir is all separated. We'll go to sing a few songs and then we'll...
silent, something like that.
For Daniel and Dominic. So I think we're good. So the thing here is we want to remember these people, their life, what they have done. For those of you outside, thank you for coming. A lot of great comments from you guys, the people who spoke. Anyone else? We want to take one or two more from the public before we go to Andy, and then we will take one or two more, and then we'll go from here. Anyone else in here want to share something? Those of you outside, don't be afraid to come in and say it. Don't text me. I can't read after 8 o'clock. So, anyone else from the public quickly?
I want to hear.
Yes, we have a gentleman. Thank you.
He's the one who invited me. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Robert Sadek. and I am not from Soufriere. Let me first send my condolences to the family of the deceased. It's just painful to know that somebody as good as these people were, as someone could have taken their life from them. Very tragic. Anyway, we have a very bad and dirty, nasty spirit in this country. And that spirit has done a lot of damage to us. A lot of damage. That spirit has destroyed our agricultural sector. That spirit has taken Russell University away from us. That spirit has destroyed every sector in this country. That spirit, that same spirit, may well be that nasty spirit that took the life of this couple. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyone else before we go to the next speaker? Welcome, welcome. Let's give a hammer and applause. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Samuel Philip. Most people know me as Brother Sam. I come from Casper's. We call Casper's Judah. Judah means praise. Recently, the Lord constrained me to get rid of my internet connection. And then I said, okay, I'll reverse my vehicle into my yard so I can listen to Q95. And then the speaker system on my radio in my vehicle suddenly stopped working. And I said, okay, I believe the Lord is basically saying to me, I want you to be in that quiet spot so I can hear, so that you can hear from me alone. And so he speaks to me in my sleep. And recently he gave me a word from Psalms 102, verse 13, which reads, Thou shalt arise and sow mercy to Zion, for the time to favor her, the set time has come. And I'm declaring to us, Soufriere, I'm declaring to us as a nation, I'm declaring to us that Jesus Christ is declaring that he is going to favor us, for the set time of his favor has come. So no matter how things look, God is going to arise in our country, he's going to show mercy to us, and he's going to favor us in spite of what this demonic leadership is doing to our country. God is bringing it down, and he's going to show favor to us. So this is the good news. God is showing mercy to us, and he's going to favor us. God bless you this evening.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Our next speaker is not ready yet. So, Tina, I think people want to hear this again. Hopefully they don't have to come back again. But some people, actually, they don't want to mention the name, but one person in Toronto and the person lives, I don't know whether that is Alberta, Canada, wherever you are, that is in Canada, I guess, also would like you to repeat that again. Two things from each of this person what they share with you. Someone from Toronto and someone from Alberta message that.
Okay. What the people who loved Dominique said was that she liked to give. So many of them said she was loving. Many, many, many of them chose the word loving. I think that in these days many people give things to get. I get the impression she just loved to give. And for Daniel, I'm choosing that he makes things happen. And you can see the things have happened all around Soufriere. You can see them in the school, you can see them going out into the sea. And I suspect there are many, many things that happened that nobody can see at all. He didn't blow his own trumpet and have a ceremony me every time he gave somebody something. Everybody I spoke to said he helped me when I was down, but he didn't tell everybody else about it. And that really impresses me, that he was an authentic giver. And I'm remembering the tears in somebody's eyes when he said, Daniel believed in me that I could do it. So I loved what Afi said. Let's do what he would have done.
Thank you so much, Dina. And ladies and gentlemen, we have limited time here. I know some of you outside want to say things. It's okay. Nous avons parlé cocoy, nous avons parlé créole, nous avons parlé français, habla espagnol, oui. Si, habla espagnol, si. We can do that here too, and we'll translate it. Let's welcome Mr. Nat, before we dig off and closing and all of that. Let's just welcome Mr. Alvin Thomas, very experienced person in the public service union.
Good evening, folks. Good evening, folks. Thank you, Jeff. Let me just introduce myself, as Jeff has done already. My name is Alvin Thomas, from Dominica, of course. Jeff is my very good friend. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I think one of the employees that I heard Matt played over his program describing what transpired. And she said that this is not something affecting just Soufriere Spotted Guardian. That's something that affects the entire country. And when Jeff called me and said that, Alvin, I want to meet with the community, with the people, would you help support me in that? Would you? I said, Jeff, this is Christmas. You want me to leave my family and fly down here? I asked him, have any of the authorities met with the people since that happened? He told me no. It touched my heart. And I said, no, I need to make that trip and come down and support Jeff to be with the people and the community. And as you guys know, that news made international news. It was over BBC, it was over Canada. I saw it myself on Good Morning America in my own home. So it had an international impact, a local impact. And I think Noelle said it quite right, and also Afi. We must be more vigilant. We must know our rights, know our responsibility. I have said before that evil thrives when you see something, you don't say anything, you do nothing. That's when evil thrives. You do nothing, you say nothing. Now I know some of you may be a little upset that I really said that the employees who should be there is not there. Let's not get into that division. Let's not pull ourselves apart. Let's use Daniel and Dominic there as a unifier that bring us together, not just as a community of Soufriere, Scotland, and Ghana, but as Dominicans. Let's use that. Let that be the legacy to bring us together as one people. And let us demonstrate that kindness, that love. Let us do it, as I said, let it be service to humanity. That's what we are called for. So I just want to say that I am pleased to be here to listen to you all. A lot has been said this evening from the various speakers up here, as well as those of you who shared your own experiences and what you knew of Daniel. So I'm not going to bore you with more. I think Tina said it quite well, that grief takes time. And this They were not, yes, they were investors, but they were part of the fabric of the society. They were part of you. They were part of your family. They were family. And we've lost the family in the community. So it will take some time, but moving forward, let us, if there is one legacy we can leave, or we can have Daniel and Dominic leave, is for us to be able to be unified together. Let's support each other. That is the message I would like to leave with you all tonight. Let's not leave here tonight when we leave here and try to question, well, why they didn't come, why this group didn't come. No. Let's go out there and let's try to bring each other together. Let's unify each other together. Okay? And I know we are in the season of, Christmas is right around the corner. And I know it will be painful for some of you, many of you. And that being said, we just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, and I hope that the new year can bring a fresh look, a fresh outlook of what we as Dominicans would want to see our country as Dominicans. Many of us overseas, I listen to what's going on, I call in sometimes to the programs, and we are just as concerned as those of you who live on island. It's our country. No matter how long we may be away in the United States or Europe or Canada, our heart is in Dominica. Our heart is in Dominica. We love this country, we think of this country, we think of you all, and that is one of the underlying reasons, as I said, when Jeff called me up, I'm here with you guys to share and to hear from you. So my best wishes to you and your families for a very prosperous, healthy, and blessed New Year.
Thank you. So, okay, Mr. Charles, somebody has a question. I don't want people outside, the inside. I'm not here to come. So before we continue, before we end, there's a few things. I haven't seen the choir yet. I don't know where they are. But also would like to recognize Miss Dr. Fontaine, and former opposition leader in Dominica. It's an open microphone. You guys are welcome. If there's anything you want to share with the people, please don't be afraid to come and share anything with here. Dr. Fontaine, you're welcome to share anything with us if you like to. Mr. Linton, anyone else in the public? Okay, here's a few.
People of Soufriere, as Scott said in Townhall tonight, Jeff, thank you for this. Ladies, also my brother, Alvin, I feel always a pleasure. Daniel Langlois and Dominic Marshall chose Dominica. But before they chose Dominica, Dominica had chosen them. Because of what Dominica is. The reason they chose Dominica is because they had come to appreciate where they lived in the other part of the world, what our blessing of green means in the international community. We are God's green country. They recognize that. They chose Dominica as a place they would like to retire and live the rest of their lives. Live among
together, to work together to develop this community. And those of you who are thinking of getting into serving to the public, I want to make this clear, because I know you're listening. I want to make it very clear. I, Jeff Bella, did not do this for any attention, for anything. I don't have to be here. A lot of you know that. I did not make this meeting possible. We make this meeting possible because we are the one who are tackling the projects. We are the one who live in Soufriere's consent. We are the one who know very well what will be missed from the Delaware. We know very well what we will miss, not only now, but in the future. And the question is, will it be replaced by the people who are supposed to do it? That's the question. So folks, my promise to you is this. Let's work together to end division. Yeah. The people who always talk about God, 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 and the last who follow God, remember that? Yeah? And the people who always talk about, oh, let's come and talk together, I'm open to have meeting, and no. And they talk like they eat hot bread or hot potato. These are the people who are not serious about working together. Anyone who's serious to work together, we're going to be here tonight. If you are serious about the people of Soufriere's consent, you're going to be here tonight, instead of being political and negative. And that's why I want to commend every one of you who are here tonight. You have come because you are shown that you care for your community. And my friends, remember, the day will come when we're going to ask ourselves this question: what did I do when I was younger to help Scotland? And the question, we'll ask ourselves the question: what could I have done to save our community? Was I involved enough? What could I have done to make the choir more successful? They are meeting, and they're going tonight. No, me and these people know. We're going to ask ourselves this question. That's why I want to come in the choir. I want to come in another group we have in the longest surviving group, because they work together. They are not dependent on anyone. They work together. That is the Scotland Rounders group. I want to applaud them for their hard work and the continuation of working together. This is what we need in this community. Don't let anybody tell us you're from Soufriere, you're from Scotland, you're from Ghana, as they say, we're talking Kashaku, South. We have to tell them we are the roots. We bear the foundation, and don't need the flourishes because of solid ground. We, the people of Soufriere, Scotland, Ghana, British stuff. We bear the fruits, as Father Mama said on Sunday. If the foundation is strong, Dominica will be strong. So ask yourself, why should I vex people or be upset with people because they're indifferent? Why couldn't I go and say hello to my friend, my neighbor? Why do I have to have this person in heart? Because they may not agree with me religiously or politically. Daniel and Dominic showed that to us tonight, that when there is love, there is success. And because of the love for the community, that's why the people here are speaking so highly of them. So for those of you in Canada, I want to appeal to Daniel and Dominic family. We, the people of Soufriere's consent, love them. We love you too. We want you to come. And we hope the hotel will continue to thrive. And we hope Daniel organization will continue to make donations to this community, to this country, and we hope that will continue. So tonight, let's just take a moment of silence. Think of those words from Tina, but Daniel and the employees. If we can just close our eyes for a little bit. If we can just rise. Can you guys rise, please? Let's just do this for Daniel and Dominic. Let's do this for them. Let's just close our eyes.
about what could we have done to prevent this tragedy. And let's also pray for those people who commit such horrible crime, that they will open their hearts to God and to understand forgiveness. And let's just quietly right now think of all the possibilities, how much Daniel and Dominic mean to us in this community. Just think about this. Silence, please, silence, please. Let's just meditate for a minute. Let's just think of Daniel and Dominic, all what they've done in this community. Let's also think about what can we do to prevent crime in our community, in our country, in our society. Let's think about this. What can I do to prevent crime? With each other, despite our religion or political affiliation. Let's think about, quietly, please quiet. Let's think about if Daniel and Dominic was here tonight, what would they come up and say to us? Let's be quiet, please. And together, let's just say, may the souls of Daniel and Dominic rest in peace to the mercy of God. Amen. I want to thank you guys tonight. Yes. We have a song right before we leave. Let's just do this together. And I want to thank you again very much for coming in, for those of you inside, outside, for those of you who view the media. We really want to thank you. And here we go. To face for that you can break. You can take the time to a stranger in the rain. There's a place up there for people like you. Stand up for those dawn on the knee. And lend a voice for those who cannot speak. If you shine a little light beside to the ones was lost away, there's a place up there for people like you. I've heard the streets are made of gold. I don't know it. And when you get there, there's a hand to hold. I believe when the days down there are through, there's a place up there for people like you. One light on your sleeve, and if you try to be the change you want to see, if you need the light, just someone who can say, there's a place up there for people like you. I've heard up there the streets will go, and when you get there, there's a hand to hold. I believe when the days down there are through, there's a place somewhere for people like you. Ooh.
'cause it's the place out there for people like you. Out of many, one people we are. Thank you everyone for coming. Have a good night. Merry Christmas, everybody.
This was a town hall meeting at Soufriere on the way forward following the murder of Daniel and Dominic, the owners of Colibri Reach. We want to thank you for joining us tonight.